Welcome to the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. Some of you guys may be asking, how in the world is Boogie still dropping transfer portal videos? The portal closed on Tuesday. We're done. It's time to move on. Not so fast, my friend. Teams that played in bowl games on January the 1st, they get an extension. It's an extra 5-day window. The portal is going to remain open until January the 6th. So does Tennessee lose anybody else to the portal? You know, there's a lot of buzz, a lot of speculation, a lot of talk. That's what we as fans like to do, right? We like to speculate. It's fun. That's what we do. That's what this channel is all about. For the fans, by the fans. Message board rumors, we're going to talk about them. Speculation, we're going to do it. That's what it's all about. That's the beauty of being a fan and not being labeled as media or expert or insider. That's why I love this channel. That's what makes us unique. That's what makes us different. A lot of speculation, a lot of talk about Nathan Laycock, a guy that we were all excited about coming in as a highly rated prospect. Sounds like he is struggling with his hands. So what happens? Does he feel like he's buried on the depth chart? Is he a guy that looks to enter the portal? You got a lot of talent in that wide receiver room right now, and you got two really good freshmen in Mike Matthews and Braylon Staley on the way. So does one of those wide receivers, not to point out Nathan Laycock by name, but does one of those receivers look to go elsewhere? Also, offensive line, right tackle Gerald Mincey. He has announced that he's coming back, but he's another name that keeps getting thrown around in the message board circles as a guy that may look elsewhere. But the bottom line, one thing is for sure, even if Tennessee doesn't have another player enter the portal, this football team needs help on the offensive line, and they need help on the secondary. A mass exodus, wiping the slate clean on the back end of the defense. You got to add some help there. We're going to get into a couple of targets, but as always, do me a favor and smash the thumbs up just below this video. It is quick, it is free, and it is easy. It helps this channel. I would greatly appreciate it. Also, if you're new to the Talkin VAWLS Network, welcome. We're not experts. We're not insiders. We don't pretend to be. We love the fact that this channel is built by fans, for the fans, by the fans. If you like what we do, make sure you subscribe, click that bell for notifications. You're not going to miss out when we go live or when we drop a video. Bad news, got to cancel the National Championship watch party. Was hoping we could watch that on air. Not going to be able to do that. I had a prior engagement that I forgot about, but we got tons of fun content coming your way. We're going to be doing a live film breakdown. Coach Jay versus Coach Rice, picking the top targets in the state of Tennessee, and you, the fans, are going to decide who wins. Is it Coach Jay with a defensive pick, or is it Coach Rice with an offensive pick? That's going to be a fun one. All kinds of stuff coming your way. Just make sure you guys are dialed in. Let's talk about the offensive line. You know, Coach Jay brought up a good point in the post-game show. We saw the difference when this offensive line was down 3 starters. Nico was running for his life, got dropped 5 or 6 times. They struggled. The offensive line struggled. Still had success running the football. You got to give him praise and credit for that. But this offensive line needs depth. I'm excited that your starting 5 are coming back. I'm excited that Spraggs, that John Campbell, that Coop decided to come back for one last ride. That is huge. You know, I think it's even part of the portal. I think you use your NIL money. You get these guys to come back for their COVID senior year. That excites me. But the bottom line is they need depth. Now, a guy I mentioned in yesterday's video, Lance Hurd, he was LSU's top-rated prospect in the class of 2023, a 5-star offensive tackle, 6'6", 340 pounds. Now, as I mentioned in the video yesterday, he wants to play left tackle. So is that going to be a problem when we've got John Campbell locking down that left tackle position? We'll see how that plays out according to VolQuest right now. A whole lot of buzz around Ole Miss, but this is a guy, if you could go get him, would make a huge impact. That would add the depth. Then again, are you swapping a player for a player? Does he come in and play right tackle because Gerald Mincey enters the portal and then ultimately looks to switch to left tackle after John Campbell is off to the NFL? I don't know. It's just a name. Tennessee definitely kicking the tires. You guys know that's the wording they like to throw around for Lance Hurd, the freshman from LSU. Another offensive line target that I want to talk about here. Man, I've got a lot of tabs shared up. Let's get it dialed in here. Armaj Reed Adams from Kansas. He's listed as an offensive tackle. He does have 2 years of eligibility remaining, 6'5", 325 pounds, played in all 11 football games this season at the right tackle position. Kansas led a top 10 rushing attack with 206 yards per game. This is from KUSports.com. It says Reed Adams, who first arrived in Lawrence in 2020, was listed as a sophomore this season and will have 2 years of eligibility remaining after playing in 13 games with 0 starts. In 2020, the Texas native became a regular starter at guard. That is something worth making note of. When you talk about depth, when you talk about a guy like Ollie Lane, right? Ollie Lane could play center, could play guard, and say what you will about him, what he did. That kid gave his all for Tennessee. He's a VFL, and he was a guy with versatility, and I like hearing that this kid, Adams Reed, can play both tackle and guard. Said he slid over to right tackle in November due to an injury to the tackle at that time. Played in 605 snaps with an offensive grade of 63.1 from Pro Football Focus, including one memorable rep against Texas Tech, lined up as a slot wide receiver. If you guys haven't seen this play, I should have had it pulled up and ready for you. He lines up in the slot position. They get him going in motion. I mean, he's out there all 325 pounds. He goes in motion and just crack back block, lays out the Texas Tech defender. Look it up. You'll enjoy it. You'll get a good laugh. So it goes on to say here, he is arguably the Jayhawks' most significant offseason departure and becomes the first player to leave following last week's bowl game. So again, 6'6", 340 pounds, 2 years of eligibility, plays offensive tackle and offensive guard. And again, it's confirmed Tennessee is kicking the tires here. Tennessee has some interest in Reed Adams. So that is another name to keep an eye on. Now we got to move over to the defensive backfield. Again, position of need, right? Position of need. We've been talking a lot about A.J. Harris lately, a guy that, man, all of us would love to see A.J. Harris at the University of Tennessee, but it sounds like that ship has sailed. We'll get into that here in just a minute. The guy I want to take a look at right now is Aiden White. He's from NC State. Let me take a look at his profile here. 6 foot, 189 pounds. Listed as one of the most experienced cornerbacks in the ACC. He was a 2022 first-team All-ACC player, 2023 third-team All-ACC player. This is from their beat writer, said, to be honest, I thought there was a chance that White might forego his final year of eligibility and head to the NFL. I did not see this coming. So it kind of reminds you of Tyler Barron in that aspect, right? A guy that could have gone off to the NFL, but ultimately he enters the portal, and now he's looking to play another season. It says here, White ranked second on the team in interceptions this year with 2, led the pack with 10 pass breakups. Again, that's a stat that I love, and I beat it into the ground on this channel when we're talking about DBs. I love a guy that makes plays, pass breakups versus passes defended, just being in the area versus actually going and physically breaking up a pass. And this is a narrative. We saw it with McCoy. We saw it with the kid from MTSU. The guys that they are targeting in the portal right now make plays. They make pass breakups, and I like that. PFF grade of 72.2, ranked 5th on the Wolfpack defense, and his coverage grade of 71.7, ranked 3rd. He did finish the season with 37 tackles, a sack, 2 interceptions, and again, a career-high 10 pass breakups, earned first-team honors in 2022, thanks to his 4 interceptions that fall, one of which was a pick 6 against Texas Tech. So we'll see what happens here. This is an interesting thing we're talking about when it comes to Aiden White. I saw this on Twitter. Vol quarterback Navy Schuler sees a tweet from Pro Football Focus. Most coverage snaps played without allowing a touchdown. That was Aiden White. 482 coverage snaps, did not allow a single touchdown. That kind of piqued Navy Schuler's interest. It's always fun when you see these guys recruiting. We saw it with Brew McCoy. Brew McCoy went to Twitter and was recruiting Holden Stace before Brew McCoy even made it official that he was coming back for one last ride. Now, when it comes to the experts, to the insiders, Austin Price over at VolQuest said not much going on with Aiden White yet. He said Tennessee is more focused on the Temple defensive back. Now, Ryan Callahan over at GoVols247 is saying this is one to watch. This is one to keep an eye on, so take it for what it's worth. Again, they're the experts, they're the insiders, but they mentioned the Temple defensive back, and this is a guy that we've mentioned briefly on the channel before, so we'll take another look at him. That is Jaylen McMurray. Now, again, as I said earlier in the video, we have been all in on A.J. Harris. Tennessee fans, the corner from Georgia, wanted to make the move to safety. That was allegedly why he was leaving the Bulldogs. We wanted some A.J. Harris. We need a safety, and A.J. Harris would be that guy that could come in and start at safety. Now, Austin Price said it sounds like Tennessee covets Jaylen McMurray more than A.J. Harris, so A.J. Harris is not coming. Now, that is a strong statement. Is that about game film? Is that about tape? Or is that about NIL and budgeting? I don't know. You guys can get in the comment section and talk about that. But Jaylen McMurray redshirted his freshman year. Then he was named second-team freshman All-American in 2022, had 49 tackles and an interception. In 2023, had 38 tackles and no interception. So, again, you're talking about a gamer in A.J. Harris, but this coaching staff is prioritizing Jaylen McMurray. But, you know, we talk all the time on this channel how important player development is, but also player evaluations. A guy you want to take a look at James Pierce, right? We're all celebrating James Pierce and his success getting after the quarterback. We're talking about first-round draft pick. He's only going to be here a limited amount of time because he's such a gamer, such a baller. On3 is the only recruiting service that had him ranked high at all. All the other ones, 247 Sports, Rivals, ESPN, had James Pierce way down at the bottom of the barrel. Not bottom of the barrel, but not at that elite level. But again, who do you trust? Do you trust a bunch of recruiting gurus, or do you trust Rodney Garner? So we will see how these player evaluations work out as Tennessee looks to add some guys moving into the 2024 season. That's the 4 names I wanted to bring to you now. You guys know what to do. Smash the thumbs up on the way out the door, and then jump into the comments section. Who do you see on this Tennessee football team? Do you think anybody else ultimately ends up in the portal? When it comes to the opposite side, guys coming into Tennessee, who are you the most excited about? Who would you push all the chips in on? That's going to do it for this video. You guys know the deal. Smash the thumbs up. Share the video. Get it on Twitter. We're 300 subscribers away from 25,000. Let's make it happen in January. I appreciate the support of you guys. If you want to support even more, hit the join button down below. You can support this channel for $1 a month. We would greatly appreciate it. But if not, smash the thumbs up. Jump in the comment section. Let's talk about it, because this is the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. Go Big Orange.